Hello, and welcome to the May 2026 edition of Florida by the Numbers. I'm Sheridan Morby, Senior Research Economist for the Florida Chamber Foundation. Today's economy is changing constantly, and we have a lot of new data to share with you. So let's dive right in. As always, the Florida Scorecard is tracking Florida's economy in real time, bringing together all the data points I'll be highlighting today, along with hundreds more at both the state and county levels. To dig deeper into what is happening in your area compared to Florida as a whole, you can visit thefloridascorecard.org. Speaking of county-level trends, we can track the migration of people at the county level. The latest migration trends show that Florida's migration of people is slowing down from around 1,000 new people moving to Florida per day to just over 550. Of these 550, 62 are moving from other states, while 489 are moving from other countries. This varies significantly by county. Polk County is seeing the largest increase, with just over 61 new residents per day. Most of these new residents are coming from within the United States, from other states and other Florida counties. Meanwhile, Miami-Dade County, despite historically strong income migration, is losing 49 residents per day overall. International migration into the county remains strong, with almost 150 people moving to Miami-Dade County from other countries. However, the loss of 198 residents to other states and other Florida counties is what contributed to the overall population decline. Prior to April, Florida had experienced annual job losses for 5 consecutive months. The cooling labor market has been a major headline in Florida, but the latest data shows a shift in the trends. From April of 2025 to April of 2026, Florida gained nearly 16,000 jobs, an increase of 0.2 percentage points. The nation saw an increase of the same magnitude during that same period. Florida's unemployment rate did increase by 0.1 percentage points from March to April, and now sits at 4.8% compared to 4.3% nationally. Jobs were added, but labor force growth outpaced employment growth, meaning more people were actively seeking work. This is consistent with what is currently driving Florida's unemployment rate. Unemployment remains highest among younger workers, largely due to young professionals entering the labor market but struggling to find employment. Speaking of employment and our workforce, we will be diving deeper into what's needed to secure Florida's talent at our upcoming Florida Learners to Earners Workforce Solutions Summit on June 23rd in Tampa. We are excited to welcome U.S. Congressman Byron Donalds, U.S. Assistant Secretary of Labor Henry Mack, Florida Education Commissioner Stacey Koumoutzis, and many more local and national thought leaders at the summit. This is a great opportunity for business and HR leaders to join the discussions that are helping shape Florida's workforce. Register yourself and your team today by scanning the QR code on the screen. Shifting focus to housing, some of the latest headlines are questioning the strength of Florida's housing market. However, the latest numbers released by Florida Realtors tell a different story. Florida's housing sales are up year over year for the 8th straight month. While the increase in April was the lowest of those 8 months, signs point toward continued growth in the months ahead. New pending sales are up 8% year over year, meaning sales are expected to remain strong. As for inventory, new listings are down from a year ago. If that trend continues and inventory tightens further, it could place upward pressure on prices. We're not at that point yet, but it will be important to continue monitoring housing supply. Inflation is steadily increasing at the national level. In April, prices were 3.8% higher than they were a year earlier. Core inflation, which excludes the often volatile energy and food prices, also increased from last month. Because gas prices can respond quickly to global tensions, core inflation is often used to evaluate long-term trends in prices. While some expected interest rates would be cut this year, the Federal Reserve has indicated a cautious approach in response to rising prices and economic uncertainty. As a reminder, increasing interest rates is intended to slow demand and reduce pressure on prices, while cutting rates is generally intended to support economic activity and employment. Holding rates steady can signal uncertainty surrounding both inflation and labor market trends. All of the topics discussed today impact the overall quality of life for Floridians, and with everyone feeling the pressures, Floridians in poverty are feeling it the most. We will be discussing the 10 root causes of poverty, including lack of employment opportunities, unattainable housing, and more, at our June 9th Florida Prosperity and Economic Opportunity Solutions Summit, 2 weeks before the Learners to Earners Summit, also in Tampa. This event will feature thought leadership from our keynote speaker, Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier, our Florida Prosperity Initiative's Heather Kogar, and Executive Director of the Florida Sheriff's Association, Matt Dunnigan. Scan the QR code on the screen to register yourself and your community relations team to learn about the business and community case for addressing the root causes of poverty and why you should help lead the effort in your community. The Florida Scorecard and our team's accompanying research and analyses on these metrics are made possible by the Florida Chamber Foundation's community development partners, companies who have a statewide footprint committed to fueling the research and solutions for Florida's long-term economic success. If you have an interest in joining these companies, you can contact me through the information on the screen. To stay up to date as soon as Florida's latest metrics are released, we have a couple of resources to keep you in the know until the next Florida by the Numbers video update. In addition to regularly checking the Florida Scorecard, be sure to follow @FloridaBTN, which stands for By the Numbers, on X, where these and other updated figures are posted regularly. If you have any questions regarding the topics covered today, or if you would like to get involved in the Florida Chamber Foundation's work to secure Florida's future, please reach out to me through the information on the screen. Thank you for watching this month's Florida by the Numbers. We'll be back in June with new employment statistics and more updates on Florida's economic landscape.